Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to part 16 of Donkey Kong Country 2 Unveiled, where last time we beat Hornet Hall 100% and Warp Woods with the exception of one bonus game, which we found, but were not able to complete, with hopes that maybe Wrinkly Kong will teach us a trick or a glitch or something that will help us with that, and should we learn something like that, we'll go back and revisit it later on in this part. But today we're beginning with Rockface Ridge, and we've had no chance to save in between any of this, so we're keeping our fingers crossed that nothing happens. And this is normally Gusty Glade, so looks like we're gonna have wind shenanigans. It definitely wants us to have both Kongs, and I don't know, I just get the feeling that like it wants us to probably play as Dixie. And we're given a free one up, which is awesome because it's funny, I definitely didn't have to farm for lives before the beginning of the last part, but it's something that I always do just because. But this hack has been very nice for always kind of providing lives and never really putting you in a position where you're not able to get more. So I really appreciate that. And wow, okay. Again, that generosity I'm just not used to having with this hack. It's very much appreciated. Okay, so it's very strange. This is like the weird abyss area. There's no background, no nothing going on. And the reason I'm like, well, they probably want you to play as Dixie is because Dixie just makes so much more sense when there's wind involved. It just gives you so much more control. So of course you're going to want to play as her. Yeah, what a weird start to the level. Like, it doesn't seem like there's a reason why it would really have to shoot you out of a barrel like that. And I believe that's probably the exact same way I lost Dixie last time. So if anything, I should really start playing as Diddy. So that, when I inevitably take a hit there, I'm not losing the Kong, who I'd much prefer to play as. And it's always a question of, like, which kind of wind are we dealing with? Is it the one that switches back and forth, or is it the one that only goes one direction? So we need to be very careful, and then of course you just never know when that wind is going to turn on either. So you always kind of have to be prepared for that, and wow, okay. Worked the first time. I think maybe if I'd been in the center of the platform, it still may have worked. But yes, this is being recorded about an hour and a half after the end of the previous part. Kind of just left that Super Nintendo on, went and took a bit of a break because I'd been recording for quite a while. After the end of the last part, it really kind of gave those vibes of back in the good old days when you couldn't just save whenever you wanted in a retro game, or maybe you were playing a game that didn't necessarily have a save feature, and you had to go to school or swimming lessons or whatever, and you didn't want to turn it off, so you kind of just left it on and prayed that by the time you got back to it, the game didn't glitch out, or something else happened that had caused you to lose all of your progress. And just overall, playing Donkey Kong Country 2 Unveiled has brought back so many of those just awesome memories of playing retro games back in the day. Of course, in particular, Donkey Kong Country 2, but just overall, this has just been such an awesome experience. And I'm really happy that I've been having it, even though sometimes it's kind of crazy. Just, some of the things that are expected of you. But I've been learning a lot about Donkey Kong Country 2, and I'll probably never play the original game the same again after all that I've learned. And I think that really means something. A video game, I think, should be a learning experience and a growing experience for the player themselves. It's not just the journey of the character in the game, but also the journey of you, the player, growing, learning, becoming better, overcoming challenges, and feeling awesome for it. And that's why I feel if you play games with like save states or cheats and such, you're really missing out on that experience. Sure, it means you can beat a game in like half the time, but I feel like you're really missing out on what it means to play that game. Okay, well, that one you can't duck under apparently, but at least we have Dixie now, who's a little more fun to use than Diddy Kong. But yeah, it's just, the whole time I'm playing this level, I'm just scared, like, when is the wind going to turn on? It's the fact that you just never know that kind of makes this so awful. Ugh, like, see, like, right there. But okay, so the last time I died because I accidentally smashed into that singer, there's the O, which I'm not particularly worried about if we like actually collect or not. But there's a banana down there, and that's very suspicious. Whoa! I ducked on it. I'm like, okay, well, last time there was bananas in the floor, I ducked and something happened. So once again, ducking actually prevailed. I thought maybe we'd have to take the directional barrel there or something like that. Like we'd have to be really quick. But no, apparently just ducking on top of that banana was the solution to the problem all along. And we can just try it as many times as we wish. So what I learned was apparently that barrel that appears, that looks like it shoots us into the bonus game. I was told that that's not actually a bonus barrel, and rather it's just the barrel that shoots you upwards into the bonus barrel. But I don't know, because right there I could swear I didn't hear 2 different barrel sounds. So I'm almost still convinced that this is just a bonus barrel with no B on it, for whatever reason. I don't know, you can be the judge of that, or I guess, you know, all of the amazing commenters who are much more knowledgeable in how Donkey Kong Country 2 works are very welcome to explain that better than me. But there you go, that's 1 bonus game in this level out of 2. Also, that's funny, this is exactly, I think, how the, oh no, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. This is exactly how the checkpoint looks in the original game, I think, but oh well. So far, so good, and that will also let us know if we found all the bonus games. No, there's at least 1 more. But yeah, I can't complain too much about that early section. I also don't think there was too much opportunity to miss secrets. Unless we're just like down a random hole I didn't notice. But once we can start and select, we can always check that out. And here's Quox. Of course we couldn't, you know, make it through the rest of the game without encountering that fun guy. Again at some point. Who I'm sure is just going to be an absolute pleasure to deal with. But at least... and that's a funny sound too. So apparently that's why Squawks was renamed to Squeaks. Just because of like the weird sounds that they make when used in these levels that they were not originally intended to be used in. And okay, we got a cannonball somewhere we need to find, I guess. Oh, we have you, but I don't see how you would ever shoot a cannonball into that cannon. But that's something to consider. That would probably be like the final bonus. Oh, this guy is definitely going to shoot a cannonball. Okay. Oh no, and the Neki came back. All right, so note to self, destroy all of those Nekis. Alright, so I can just destroy you easily since I don't need you for the secret, and just, yeah, defeating that Neki while also fighting the wind is just not fun. And I think I'm toast now too, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to get up there without Dixie to kind of float. I think that the concept of using cannonballs that cannons shoot to activate cannons is really cool. I don't think that ever really comes into play in the original game, but it's cool that it's a feature that exists. I just really want to defeat that Neki, but it's not easy at all. Alright, come on, hopefully we can do this. Alright, the Nekis are down. Now we just have to get a cannonball here. And again, this wind, that just kind of is absolutely awful to deal with. And there goes Dixie, which probably makes this impossible. Ugh. Oh, yes, finally! Okay, now we have to beat this on our first try, so that I never have to do that again. And of course it's collect the stars. I'm sure we get like 3 seconds to collect 500 stars, right? Okay, so where's the wind? I'm ready for the random wind that's gonna suddenly destroy me. No. No. That seemed way too easy. But I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay, but at least we never have to worry about the cannonball again, and we never have to worry about any more bonus games in this level. Only the DK coin is left. Oh, I'm so happy to be done with that. But to once again touch on my comment I made earlier about save states, that is not meant to in any way knock anybody who enjoys playing their game with save states. You have fun playing video games the way that you have fun playing them, absolutely. But for me, I just love that feeling of improving as I play a game. So look at earlier on in this hack, for example, and look at Mind over Metal, and how just kind of using the cannonball in such ways was so foreign to me. But then by the time we came up to Cannon Clash in the last world, I was way better at using the cannonball and actually had hardly any trouble with that level at all, just because I had already improved so much with the cannonball earlier on. And it felt really good to know that I had improved throughout the hack. at that. And that's just an experience I feel like you wouldn't get if you originally played Mind Over Metal, you know, loading your state every single time that something didn't go according to plan. So I don't know, that's just something that I notice as someone who plays a game without save states versus watching those who sometimes play them with. It's easy to fall into a habit of just kind of relying on them rather than, you know, learning the game and getting better at it. But again, play games as you enjoy them. Alright, at least we still have Dixie. Never mind. Yeah, wind physics suck. End of discussion. Like, unless it's like the wind always blows the same direction throughout the entire level, or if there's like a way to tell when the wind is going to change, I can understand that. But just to have it randomly change mid-jump and stuff does not feel good at all. Okay, I think this is around where we got to before. Okay, we skipped the G. I don't think we needed it anyway. I think we died trying to get that coin. There's Radley, everybody. Okay. What is that all about? I know we did that whole Radley flutter thing with Dixie, like, way back in World 2. I don't know if we had just landed on him, if we could have, like, done a jump immediately. I guess we'll find out. I was going to try to switch to Dixie there anyway, so I guess it's just as well that we lost Diddy. I don't think he helps us too much with the rest of the level. You really kind of want to have that floating power. So let's do a thing like that. I noticed the banana. It makes me want to duck here, because that was how we found that secret earlier. I would love to find everything and never have to play this level again. I know that we already saw the target. I don't know if maybe the DK coin's somewhere around there. Okay, so what do I want to do? Okay, there you go. I don't see the DK coin. Like, you can't see anything that the target has. So I'm going to assume it's not right at the end of the level. Hopefully we kind of just missed it earlier on. Hopefully it's like right at the beginning. But that means I can start select now, and hopefully, again, if it's not at the end, it means I never have to play that far into the level again. So I'm going to go back in and search for that DK coin now, but maybe we should save? You know, all the stages have the exact same amount of bonus levels as back in the day. So I think we're going to save. I'm recording all of this. And again, even if there's like a power glitch or something, it's a laptop, so I'm not going to lose it. That is what our stats now look like, considering everything that we gained in the last part and so far in this part. But yes, I am now going to go and replay that level, looking for the DK coin. And yes, do you have any comments? Warp Woods. Let's wait at the start of this one and just see what happens, shall we? Well, at the beginning of Ghostly Grove originally, if you just kind of wait there, you eventually get a chest that comes out with a tulip balloon, I believe. I'm kind of curious now, what happens if you just wait at the beginning of Warp Woods? I guess I might as well get a DK barrel. Well, maybe not. That might mess up the whole, you know, whatever's going on. So, alright, I'm just going to wait here for a minute, and we'll see what happens. I mean, that's cool, I guess. It doesn't really help all that much. I was hoping for something a little more useful from Wrinkly Kong, and not just one-ups, which I think I already have quite enough of, but there you go. That is what happens if you wait at the beginning of Warp Woods. Back to Rockface Ridge. So one thing I noticed we didn't really check too thoroughly around is where the O was. I was kind of just really happy to get by there without having to think about that part too much. But I'm wondering if maybe with that arrow barrel, I could do some more interesting shenanigans. There's also a lot of holes we're jumping over right now, which there's the potential for secrets to be down, but I don't feel like just kind of randomly jumping into all of them at this time. So again, we're going to go to that directional barrel, and that will be what I think. Like, this could even take us to the right, or rather to the left. Like, I could do a thing like where we go back with it. Lots of potential here. Like, what if the O just also has like the DK coin in it? No. And that banana, I believe, is where the first bonus game was. Okay. Kind of running out of ideas. Again, that aren't just like jump into every single hole. I'll go back and check around that directional barrel one more time. Alright, there's nothing in this hole. I thought maybe you take the arrow barrel down there and there's something you could do with that, but nope, no secret back there. So like, what about this one? I can go over you, and I can go over you, and okay, so that brings us here. Do you think this bonus game has like anything hidden in it? I don't think this hack has had a DK coin hidden in the bonus room yet. And I don't know, I just feel like that has to happen at some point, right? I'm just thinking back to all the bonus games and all the DK coins we've done. And it's been a while. It's amazing to think that this hack, I've actually been playing it for 2 months now. It's crazy, but I just, again, been having such a great time. I don't think we have yet to find a DK coin in a bonus game. But I say there's absolutely no way that that does not happen at some point. Even the Lost Levels, I think it was the second level, its DK coin was hidden inside a bonus game, which was pretty darn cool. And then it never happened again for the rest of the hack. So it's like there's only allowed to be one bonus game where that happens. And of course, it doesn't include like Lost Level bonus games, which are all DK coins. Okay. Doesn't seem to be inside of that bonus game, but alright, and that brings us back to the shoot. I mean, there are definitely some things I didn't check, I guess, kind of near to the end of the level. So we could go back and check those again. I guess that's what my options are right now. So, in the original game, the DK coin for this level is normally just kind of arbitrarily placed in the second half. You can't miss it. But in this case, I didn't see anything that really stood out, but it's totally possible that I'm just missing something. How high can you go with this? Okay. But if we don't find anything after checking the second half of the level a little bit more, we'll go talk to Cranky. I don't have anything against that. Can we fly under here? It's interesting that they give you squeaks for a little bit, and then you just kind of lose him, and he's never really all that useful for anything. But I'm not sure what exactly we would do with him. Doesn't seem like we can go through any of these walls. The screen almost looked like it wanted to scroll down there, and then it didn't. What if we took Quawks through the no squawks sign? You think you'd get a different prize? Is prize determined by animal buddy that you take through the sign, or just by the sign itself? Because as we saw in Bramble Antics, we always got TNT after passing that no animal buddy sign. I'm wondering if it's just like that sign, no matter who you took through, it would always give you TNT. I don't know. It's interesting, an interesting thought. And if I die, we'll definitely consider trying to do that with Quawks. But again, as someone who's never hacked Donkey Kong Country 2, there's a lot of things that it's like, yeah, well, I wonder exactly how that works when, you know, you think about it in terms of the game and not just, you know, as you might logically think, just playing the game normally. It's weird. Okay, so this is good, this is good. So see, you got a whole bunch of weird sections like this, where it's like, you do that, and I can do that, and does this do anything? It's awesome that when you stand, it's like the wind doesn't really blow you all that much. It's only when you jump. Okay, and now, see, that's interesting. That coin. I did collect that coin, though, once. And it didn't really do all that much. But then we're here again. Huh. Alright, it looks like I cannot get Quawks to move to the left. So it looks like we're probably not going to be getting a prize from him. So I think we've looked pretty thoroughly in the level, honestly. I guess we'll see what Cranky has to say about that. Are you trying to wind me up? Don't worry, Cranky, I'm absolutely not. Rockface Ridge. Looks like the small star circle. Oh. So maybe it is in the bonus game? I hadn't even considered the second bonus game. The one I was really happy I was never going to have to enter again. Of course it would be inside of that one. Shoot! Yeah, I really kind of just ran through that because I did not want to have to think of ever playing it again. So of course, the bonus game was easy to beat on your first try, because that way it would trick you into thinking you never had to go back into it again. Oh, Unveiled, why do you hate me so? Like, ugh. Alright, well, get ready to lose another 30 lives to this. Wonderful. I'm sure Diddy is just going to be extremely successful at getting to that bonus game. Wow, I didn't get either of those neckies. These are just so bad to destroy. And then, okay, shoot your cannonball, please. Oh. Oh. Alright, this is it. This is definitely it. Come on, let's go, Dixie. You think it's still on screen? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now, again, I think we only have like 15 seconds to explore. At least there were no wind physics in this bonus game. That was really surprising to me. So, yeah, we get O's and X's or something like that. So, like, there's an O. Here's some stars. I feel like maybe I need 2 partners? Like, you think it's a small bonus coin. But what could I possibly do with that? Oh. Oh? I have no idea how that worked, but there you go. I opened my big mouth, and it turned out there was a DK coin inside a bonus game, just not the one I was looking in. Wow, you can't make this stuff up. Okay, so with that, we've now completed the first 3 levels with the exception of Warp Woods. And did you have a suggestion for Warp Woods? Second game, man. Oh, that's so freaking stupid, oh my freaking frog. Yeah, you did, but I don't think it was, yeah, it was about that banana. Yeah, so honestly, I'm still quite puzzled what exactly it's looking for me, from me in Warp Woods. And next up is Decaying Depths, but before we take on that, I believe I'm actually going to save the game here. And take a quick break. But these are just the kinds of things that happen when you play levels that can sometimes take up to an hour at a time. Sometimes you just kind of gotta break it up. Thank you so much once again for checking out my videos. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it really helps my channel out. With that said, hope to see you next time.